Okay, so let's get going. Typically, oh, okay. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Many happy returns of the day. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. So happy. All the best. So it's birthday for our student Sanjay. So we wish him a very happy birthday and we wish him all the best in all his endeavors. So God bless you. So this topic on rectification of errors is very important from exam point of view. And in accounting, we do commit errors, and we are going to first of all understand what are the types of errors we normally commit and how to rectify them. Okay. So generally speaking, there are two broad categories of errors: errors of omission, errors of commission. There are two broad categories. Under that, you can have multiple subcategories. Errors of omission is either complete omission or partial omission. So you omit to pass an entry in full. That is called a complete omission. And there is something called a partial omission. You actually enter the debit part, but you fail to give the credit effect. So it's a partial omission. So complete omission or partial omission, these are the two broad categories of errors of omission. Coming to errors of commission, you have different types of errors of commission. Error of principle is an error of commission. Error of totaling is an error of commission. Casting errors. Casting errors means while you do a total, you do it wrongly, or you carry over the total wrongly and post it wrongly. So this is how we classify the errors broadly into two: errors of omission and commission. Errors of omission, partial or full, and errors of commission can be different. So first of all, let us understand that better. Then we'll go to how to rectify them. So once you have made an error in accounting, the rectification aspect is to be done only through accounting. Like for example, what I mean to say, if you have done an error, you cannot put an eraser and rub it, or you cannot strike it and write it again. For example, in a rent account, instead of debiting in a rent account, instead of debiting to cash 985, you have debited as 895. So if you have done such an error, you can't cut 985 and make it as whatever. 1 minute. So if you are making an error when to catch as 985 and you want to correct it as 895, you can't just cut it and put it as 895. Is this the way you will rectify an error in accounts? No. So we have to understand how to rectify them. So only through an accounting entry we have to rectify it. Are you able to understand? So we are going to later understand what are the mechanism or methods through which we rectify an error. So before that, make a note. What are the types of errors? We'll quickly go through that. Broadly, the errors can be classified as follows. The accounting errors can be classified as follows. One, error of omission. Error of omission. Under that, error of partial omission. Error of partial omission. So this error will affect the trial balance. This error will affect the trial balance. This error of partial omission will affect the trial balance. Then error of complete omission. It is an error where a transaction is not recorded in the books of accounts. It is not recorded completely in the books of accounts and does not affect the trial balance. It does not affect the trial balance. Trial balance. So as I said, it can be a partial omission or a complete omission. If it's a partial omission, it will affect the trial balance. If it's a complete omission, it will not affect the trial balance. Next is error of commission. An error of commission can be due to wrong casting, from a wrong recording, from a wrong posting, from a wrong carry forward. Wrong carried forward. Wrong carried forward. Or wrong balancing of the transactions in the books. Or wrong balancing of the transactions in the books. So if you're going to balance it wrongly, because again it's a total error. Balancing error na anartham. For account debit balance 985, 895 potalo, or debit balance or credit balance carry forward panalo. These are all the errors which can affect the trial balance. So typically errors of commission can be of multiple types. Even error of principal is an error of commission. Correct? So error of principal, you may probably the trial balance may not get impacted. But error of partial omission, casting error or totaling error, one-sided errors what we normally call. They all affect the trial balance. Earlier also in the trial balance topic we discussed about what are the errors that will impact the trial balance, what are the errors that will not affect the trial balance. Okay, clear? Then error of principle. Error of principle is an error where you make a mistake regarding the accounting treatment. Error of principle is an error where you make a mistake regarding or error regarding the accounting treatment. For example, treating a capital expenditure as a revenue expenditure or vice versa. Treating a capital expenditure as a revenue expenditure or vice versa. Then you have something called compensating errors. That is, compensating errors are those errors where the effect of one error will be compensated by the compensating errors are those errors where the effect of one error will be compensated by the other error. Then errors in posting. Posting to a wrong account. Errors in posting. Posting to a wrong account. Posting to the correct account but to the wrong side. Then posting of wrong amount in the correct account and correct side. Posting of a wrong amount in the correct account and correct side. Then posting of one amount 2 times. Posting of one amount 2 times. Same transaction, you record it twice. One amount 2 times. That is also an error in posting. Then errors in subsidiary books. Sometimes you may make error in subsidiary books, and because of which it may be wrongly posted to a ledger account. Maybe wrongly posted to a ledger account. It's called error in subsidiary books. These are all the types of subclassification of errors. Broadly, only 2 classification, omission or commission, but these are all subclassification of errors. Then arithmetical errors, where the total of debit side or credit side is wrongly done. This is a type of casting error. Arithmetical errors, where the debit or credit side is total wrongly. And whenever a trial balance doesn't match due to an error, whenever a trial balance doesn't match due to an error, it can be matched with the help of a suspense account, which will have to be eventually closed. The suspense account has to be eventually closed. Okay, all of you clear? So broad errors of omission, errors of commission. Now I'll broadly classify the errors, and the errors can be classified based on one-sided error or a two-sided error. That is subclassification. So broadly, the classification of errors is omission and commission, but easily in a one-sided error and two-sided error. So you may have either a one-sided error. One-sided error nale enartham, the trial balance will not tally. Trial balance will not tally. Then two-sided error, trial balance will tally. Both debit and credit, you are making a mistake or error, then your trial balance will tally. Whenever you make a one-sided error and trial balance does not tally, normally, whenever your trial balance doesn't tally, and if it's a one-sided error, CB will not tally, and it has to be closed by with the help of something called suspense account. Something called suspense account. Whereas in two-sided errors, CB will tally, but very difficult to locate such errors. Very difficult to locate such errors where it's a two-sided error and TB will still tally. Now I'm going to give an important chart as to there are 3 stages in making errors. Carefully observe. There are 3 stages in making errors. One is before trial balance, and one is at the time of trial balance you observe an error. And the third stage is after trial balance. That is, you're almost going to prepare your final accounts. At that time you may rectify. So carefully understand this, very important. You may have 3 stages in making errors. One is even before you make a trial balance, you observe an error. That has to be rectified. You observe it. You don't even prepare a trial balance. You observe that you have debited an account wrongly. One-sided error. then what to do, or two-sided error, what to do, before even preparing a trial balance. Then at the time of preparing the trial balance, you know there is a trial balance mismatch. So that is something which will tell you there is a one-sided error. That is called stage 2. Stage 3 is you prepare a trial balance with the help of a suspense account because trial balance is still not matching. But you cannot wait. You have to proceed. You are proceeding with your financial statements. Then you rectify the error. ஏன்னா financial statements prepare பண்ணும்போது you identify the mistake and then you want to rectify that. That's called stage 3 error. So 3 stages in making errors or 3 different points of time, and in that if you're making a single one-sided error or two-sided error, how the accounting entries have to be passed. Now one of the important confusions students normally have is when to use suspense account, when not to use suspense account and all that. For that you need to clearly know that at which stage we are rectifying the error. Normally, if you rectify an error in stage 1, there is no question of using a suspense account. There is no question of using a suspense account. But if you are going to rectify an error in stage 2, then, as I said, trial balance time, you may have to use a suspense account to rectify. Because suspense account போட்டா நம்ம TBA tally பண்றோம். Third stage, then, suspense account will come, but we have to deal with it differently. So, I'll give you an important chart which you note down. It will be of great help to you in understanding at what stage, what type of entry will be passed. Okay, so make a note of this. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. In stage 1, before preparation of trial balance, before preparation of trial balance, in that one-sided error so before preparation of trial balance, you can be a one-sided error. Only relevant account will be debited or credited. So, what is the one-sided error? For example, you have missed out a posting into a rent account. Debit only, credit you have posted. Are you able to understand? I tell you, rent paid by cash, நம்ம நார்மலா என்ன பண்ணுவோம், cash book prepare பண்றது அந்த rent and cash bookல by rent போடுவோம். So cash bookல கரெக்டா போட்டாச்சு. But rent account debit பண்ணல. So one sided error. அப்போ நீங்க என்ன பண்ணணும்? Only relevant account will be debited or credited. Rent account will be debited or credited. That's all. You need not do anything else. Correct? ஒரு டெபிட்க்கு இன்னொரு கிரெடிட் வரும், அப்ப திருப்பி ஏதாவது கிரெடிட் பண்ண முடியுமா நம்ம? ஏற்கனவே தான் கேஷ் கிரெடிட் ஆயிடுது. When you're actually posting a transaction with respect to rent paid, the cash book has been accounted, but you're not accounted for in the rent account. So it's a one-sided error. So you should only adjust that, correct it. So rent account மட்டும் நீங்க டெபிட் பண்ணா போதும், வேற எதுவும் பண்ண வேண்டாம். பட் டூ சைடட் எரர்னா என்ன டெபிட் தப்பா இருக்கு, என்ன கிரெடிட் தப்பா இருக்குன்னு அதை ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணணும். அங்க சஸ்பென்ஸ் வரவே வராது. ஏன்னா இட்ஸ் பிஃபோர் ஈவன் ப்ரிப்பேரிங் அ trial balance. For two-sided error na sort of an omission. Rent paid by cash, neither I have posted in rent account debit, neither I have posted in cash. So now I have to do both. So rent to cash nu போடலாம் or whatever. So two-sided errors pass a journal entry. The debit so very important. I hope you understood this well. If you're making an error before trial balance and if you identify that a one-sided error, just relevant account will be debited or credited. But if it's a two-sided error, pass the relevant journal entry. So the debit will also be posted, credit will also be posted. Clear? Okay, next. Next is stage 2. Stage 2, after preparation of trial balance, but before preparation of final accounts. After preparation of trial balance, but before preparation of final accounts. Or two-sided. Can be one-sided or two-sided. If it's a one-sided error, pass journal entry with suspense account. With suspense debit or credit. Okay. What does it mean? If it's a one-sided error, you need to pass the rectification entry by debiting or crediting suspense account. இப்போ நான் ரெண்ட் அக்கௌண்ட் சொன்னேன் இல்லையா, ட்ரையல் பேலன்ஸ் ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணியாச்சு. கேர்ஃபுல்லி அப்சர்வ். ட்ரையல் பேலன்ஸ் ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணியாச்சு, ரெண்ட் அக்கௌண்ட் டெபிட் போஸ்ட் பண்ணல. ஸோ ட்ரையல் பேலன்ஸ் வில் பி ஷார்ட். ஸோ இப்போ நீங்கள் கண்டுபிடிச்சிட்டீங்க. ஸோ இப்போ என்ன என்ட்ரி போடுவீங்க? ரெண்ட் அக்கௌண்ட் டெபிட்டே பண்ணல, சஸ்பென்ஸ் அக்கௌண்ட் போட்டு க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிட்டீங்க. ஸோ அப்போ கேன்சல் பண்ணோம்னா ரெண்ட் அக்கௌண்ட் டெபிட் டு சஸ்பென்ஸ் அக்கௌண்ட். Because in a trial balance, carefully observe, the rent account in debit it is supposed to be 100, which to match it, I said, suspense debit பண்ணிட்டீங்க. So இப்போ suspense close பண்ணோம்னா என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க? Rent account data to suspense. அப்போ automatically rent debit cancel ஆயிடும். So you have to use a suspense account to rectify a single-sided or one-sided error. If it's a two-sided error, will there be a need for a suspense account? No. So you have to debit or credit the relevant accounts. So make a note. Debit or credit relevant accounts and pass the journal entry. Debit or credit the relevant account and pass the journal entry. All of you are clear? Online students, very clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if there is any doubt at any point of time, kindly let me know. So, I don't know whether you have gone through this sort of analysis of errors in your school days. Maybe not. They would have taught you just how to rectify and all that, but this is something very interesting and important. This will give you a clear picture when I should use suspense, when I should not use suspense and all that. Even in my school days, I used to have the big doubt. Some entries will come with suspense, some entries will come without suspense. We'll get confused. What is this? So this is how it is. Then stage 3, after preparation of final accounts. After preparation of final account. That is, your trial balance is now done. You have used the suspense account and tallied the trial balance, but you are proceeding with your final account. You have sort of prepared a final account. After that or at that time only you are rectifying the error. So again, one-sided error, very important. Now, one-sided error, if it relates to, so pass journal entry with suspense. Suspense account debit or credit. Pass journal entry with suspense account debit or credit. But importantly, all nominal accounts adjusted through an account called single adjusted account. Very, very important. Pass rectifying journey. except again all nominal accounts. Now let me explain this to you. If you are identifying an error after preparation of final accounts, if it's a one-sided error, you should pass a journal entry like stage 2. But only difference is if that involves a debit or credit of a nominal account, like rent or salary or anything of that nature, then you should not debit rent or salary. You should debit what account? P&L adjustment account. The reason is whatever rent account or salary account has already been transferred to P&L. Now you can't go and touch the rent account again because you have already prepared what? Final accounts transaction. Final accounts after you come, you can't go back and again debit rent or salary. Because the rent or salary as it is has already been transferred to P&L and your profit and loss is ready and balance sheet is also ready, but only thing is in balance sheet you still have suspense. I hope you're able to understand. So at that time you identify the error. So debit or credit should go to the relevant account along with suspense account. But the only point you have to carefully notice, if it involves P&L, I mean an item of revenue in nature, nominal account, then you should not debit or credit the relevant nominal account, but you should debit or credit P&L adjustment account. If it's a one-sided error. So இப்போ ரெண்ட் நான் சொன்ன எக்ஸாம்பிள்ல ரெண்ட்னு போடக்கூடாது. Do what? ஆனா இங்க என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? ஸ்டேஜ் 2ல போடுறது என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? ரெண்ட் ஸ்டேஜ் 1ல என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? ஒன் சைடு. இதுதான் டிஃபரன்ஸ். If it's a two-sided error, still, if it involves a nominal account, you should debit or credit what? P&L adjustment. So make a note. If it's a two-sided error, pass relevant journal entry, and whenever there is an item of nominal accounts, you should debit or credit P&L adjustment account. You should debit or credit P&L adjustment account. All of you clear? Any doubts in this? I hope you have noted it down. Very, very important. This is how you should actually understand rectification. I am going to give you some sample entries, and in each stage, how you should rectify that. We'll discuss that. So make a note of the entry, and for each of that, purchase day book was overcast by 500. Purchase day book was overcast by 500. First of all, identify whether it's a one-sided error or two-sided error. Then, first stage na entry, second stage na entry, third stage na entry. So, purchase day book overcast na artham. Purchases day book is a subsidiary book. அது வந்து wrong total. Overcast means excess போட்டோம். Purchase எப்பவுமே debit வரும். So, எவ்வளவு ரூபாய் excess போட்டிருக்காங்க? 500. So, purchase day book overcast by rupees 500. Is it a one-sided error or two-sided error? One-sided error. It is only in purchase book you have totaled it wrong. Consequently, you have transferred to purchase account. Last class I told you in subsidiary books, purchase as per sundries போட்டு ஒரே entry போடுவோம். So purchase bookல ஒரு 1000 ரூபாய் total error. So purchase account debitல வந்து 1000 ரூபாய் தப்பா இருக்கு. So it's one-sided error. In stage 1, what will be the entry? Purchase account overcast by 500. In stage 1, it's a one-sided error. So first of all, you should identify whether it's a one-sided error or a two-sided error. In stage 1, what will be the entry? Purchase account overcast na excess போட்டிருக்கோம். அதை எப்படி ரெக்டிஃபை பண்ணுவோம் நம்ம? Purchase credit பண்ணணும். So purchase account should be credited to the tune of how much? அவ்வளவுதான். This is the entry in stage 1. So if it is stage 2, it's a one-sided error. And you should use what account to rectify it? Suspense. So what you should do? Purchase account over credit pannu. So suspense account data 500. Understood? This is stage 2. What is stage 3? Very good. Very good. Correct. Suspense account data to P&L adjustment account. That is the entry for overcast of purchase book. So are you able to differentiate it now? Clear? Online students, are you able to understand this?
Yes, sir.
Good. Next. Sales day book was overcast by rupees 1000. Sales day book was overcast by rupees 1000. Sales day book was overcast by rupees 1000. Is it one-sided error or two-sided error? One-sided. So stage 1, what is the entry? Sales book was overcast. Correct. So sales is normally credit. If your overcast means you have put extra credit, that should be nullified by a debit. So very good. Sales account will be debited by 500 rupees. Correct. One-sided error. Stage 1. Sales account will be debited. If every purchase in credit panum, அதே மாதிரி ஒரே ஒரு entry தான். Sales account will be debited by 500. Stage 2.
So sales account debit to suspense account.
Very good. Correct. Perfect. Sales account data to suspense account. That is for stage 2. Sales account data to suspense. What is stage 3? P&L adjustment to what account? Credit. Suspense account credit. Perfect. P&L adjustment to suspense account. Okay. Very clear? So how to rectify a one-sided error in 3 stages? And we are talking about first stage entry, second stage entry, and third stage entry. The next one. Salary paid to Karina. Wrongly debited to Karina account instead of salary account. Wrongly debited to Karina account instead of salary account. Normally salary paid to Karina na cash paid nu vechukkonga. Enna entry? Correct entry enna? You are paying salary to Karina by cash. Normally enna entry? Salary to cash. Very good. Avan enna pantan? Salary paid to Karina 10,000 rupees. Instead of debiting salary, they have debited Karina account. And it is the cash part is assumed to have gone correctly. So if என்ன ஒரு எஃபெக்ட் ஆடுதா ரெண்டு எஃபெக்ட் ஆடுதா அதுல ரெண்டு ஏன்னா ரெண்டு அக்கௌண்ட் இன்வால்வ் டபுள் சைடட் instead of debiting Karina, instead of debiting salary or debited Karina. So stage 1, two-sided error, fast rectification, no suspense will be involved. Two-sided error எப்பவுமே suspense வராது. அது ஒரு clue. எப்பவுமே one-sided error மட்டும்தான் suspense account வரும். So two-sided error இது ரெண்டு account involved. So instead of debiting salary, you debited Karina. Enna correction entry? Salary to. So this is the rectification entry in stage 1. Correct? Huh? Stage 2 enna entry? Same. Stage 2 enna entry? Same. Salary to Karina. Third stage. What will entry for third stage? Very simple. Wherever nominal account is involved, salary is the nominal account. Wherever you have debited a nominal account, you have to debit P&L account. Karina account will not change because that is something you can still affect the Karina account, balance sheet item. P&L தான் என்ன ஆயிருது, profit and loss determine பண்ணி, it is completed. So you are bringing it to an account called P&L adjustment. Whereas the balance sheet item na உங்களுக்கு problem இல்லை. Okay. All of you are clear about this? The next one. Purchase of stationery for rupees 400. Purchase of stationery for rupees 400. Not posted to stationery account. Not posted to stationery account. So it's one-sided error or two-sided error? One-sided, very good. So not posted to stationery account, correct? So what will you, one-sided error first entry என்ன சொல்லுங்க பார்க்கலாம். One-sided error. So what is the stage 1 entry? Debited. Good. What is stage 2? Stationery account data to suspense. Stage 3. P&L adjustment to suspense. தெளிவாயிட்டா அப்போ? All of you clear? எப்பவுமே very important, நார்மலா எக்ஸாம்ல ரெக்டிஃபை தி எரர்ஸ்னு கொடுத்தாலே என்ன ஸ்டேஜ் நம்ம அசியூம் பண்ணிக்கணும்? Whenever there is a question in exam regarding rectification of errors, you should always assume it is what stage, because the question will not sometimes specify that. எதுக்காக நான் அந்த ஸ்டேஜ் 1, ஸ்டேஜ் 2, ஸ்டேஜ் 3 சொல்றேன்னா, you need to be very clear. In each stage the entry is different. It's not one common entry for every stage. அந்த கிளாரிட்டிக்காக தான் நான் சொல்றேன். பட் எக்ஸாம்ல வந்து ஸ்டேஜ் கொடுக்காது. சில சமயம் சொல்லுவான் ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்கா ஆல்ரெடி ட்ரையல் பேலன்ஸ் இஸ் கம்ப்ளீட்டட் அண்ட் ஃபைனல் அக்கௌண்ட்ஸ் ஹஸ் பீன் டன். அப்போ ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா என்ன ஸ்டேஜ் அது? If the question is specific, then you should apply the relevant stage. Otherwise, you should always assume. So make a note, always assume stage 2 while rectifying errors unless the question specifies. Okay? Yeah? Right, next. Make a note of this. This is a question I'm giving you now. We'll solve this problem. There is a difference in trial balance of Mr. S There's a difference in trial balance of Mr. S There is a difference in the trial balance of Mr. S and the following errors have been committed. The following errors have been committed. Pass relevant journal entries to rectify the same and ascertain the difference in trial balance. First, a very interesting question. Ascertain the difference in trial balance. But before that, let us pass the entries. First, a sale of rupees 2000 to Shanti and Co. Was credited to their account. Second, the return inward book has been cast by rupees 1000 short. The return inward book has been cast by rupees 1000 short. Third, a sale of rupees 10,000 has been passed through purchase day book. A sale of rupees 10,000 has been passed through purchase day book. A sale of rupees 10,000 has been passed through purchase day book. Next, rupees 3,750 wages paid for workers for rupees 3,750 wages paid for workers for making furniture has been charged to wages account. Next, a purchase of rupees 6,710. A purchase of rupees 6,710 has been posted to debit of creditors account as 6,170. A purchase of rupees 6,710 has been debited to creditors account as rupees 6,170. Okay. So have you know a purchase of rupees 6,710 has been debited to creditors account for 6,170. Shall we proceed? Okay. Now question, as I said, is silent. Then you should assume what? Stage 2. And obviously there are indications that there is something to be done. Trial balance tally or suspense account port tally pannirpaanga. I'll come to that part of it later. But first of all, let us identify the errors and entries for that, rectifying that. So the first entry, how would you rectify that? It is about a sale of 2,000 to Shanti and Co. was credited to their account. Normal sale can entry, correct entry. Shanti to sales. Normal correct entry enna? Shanti to sales. எவ்வளவு amount அது? 2,000. ஆனா அவன் என்ன பண்ணிட்டான்? இதுதான் correct entry. Instead of doing this, what they have done? The sale of 2,000 to Shanti was credited to their account. It means sales correcta போயிருக்கு, but Shantiக்கு debit பண்றதுக்கு மேல என்ன ஆயிடுது? Credit. So there is a double effect. A single one-sided error because it's affecting only Shanti account, but instead of debiting, they have credited it. அப்ப என்ன correct entry அதுக்கு? Rectification entry. Rectification entry would be what? It's a one-sided error. Shanti account wrongly debited. You should cancel it. So you should credit it. And already your original credit is also missing. So double the amount. So Shanti account will be credited to the tune of 4,000. Sorry. Shanti debit பண்றதுக்கு பதிலா credit பண்ணிட்டான். So double debit. Correct? திருப்பி அதே Shanti to suspend. Because the correct entry should be what? Debit to Shanti, but wrongly credited to Shanti. So you should nullify the credit and debit. Okay. Is my audio and video clear? Online students?
Yes,
So
sir.
sometimes the audio is not clear,
No, it's okay?
but overall, yeah, overall it's fine.
Okay. Good. So have you understood this entry? It's a one-sided error. Joker.
So can you explain how we got 4,000?
Because, see, the point is, Shanti should have been debited by 2000, and instead of a debit, they were wrongly credited. So to nullify this credit, you should first debit one debit, and for the original debit, another debit. So put together 4,000.
Okay, sir, understood.
Yeah, see, you're rectifying an error, as I said, you can't cut it off. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So you have to nullify it by way of properly debiting it. Clear?
Yes, sir, understood.
Okay, the next one. The return inward means sales return has been short. Return inward எப்பவுமே என்ன டெபிட்டா கிரெடிட்டா? Sales is credit, return inward is debit. Return inward debit short by how much? 1,000. So one-sided error or two-sided error? One-sided error. So return inward should be debited by 1,000. Short and up to coming total English they have reduced it. So return inward. Okay, understood? Any doubt in this entry? Return inward is a sales return which should have been debited but 1,000 short. So now we are adding it up by debiting 1,000 and crediting the suspense account because it's a single-sided error. Stage 2. Debit or credit should go to suspense account. This is the second entry. Rectification. Third, a sale of 10,000 has been posted through purchase day book. So இது என்ன அர்த்தம்? Sale day bookல போறதுக்கு பதிலா purchase day bookல போட்டாங்க. So sales should have been credited by 10,000 and purchase is wrongly debited by 10,000. So you should credit purchase and suspense account debit. So I'll repeat, a wrong entry where a sale has been recorded as a purchase. So a sale is normally a credit. To originally record the sale, you should credit sales. And a wrong debit to purchase, you should nullify it by crediting purchase. So you have to debit suspense, double the amount. Suspense account at 20,000, to sales to purchase 10,000. To sales 10,000 to purchase 10,000. Are you clear? So if any of you got any doubts, online students, let me know. I hope you're clear. So you should first understand the implication. What is the implication of the wrong effect and how to rectify that? That is the purpose of the whole exercise. So என்ன இருக்குன்னு அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணிக்கணும். எங்க டெபிட் போகணும், எங்க போல, அதை நம்ம மாடிஃபை பண்ணணும். கரெக்டா ரெக்டிஃபிகேஷன். நெக்ஸ்ட், rupees 3,750 paid as wages for making furniture debited to wages account. I think it's very simple. It's an error of principle. So what is the accounting rectification entry here? See, ideal entry should be what? Furniture should be debited. Whereas what has been debited? Wrong debit has gone to wages. So credit wages and debit furniture. Correct? So instead of debiting furniture, they have debited wages. To rectify that, credit wages and debit the original effect of the furniture. What is the amount involved? 3,000. Understood? Any doubts? Next. A purchase of 6,710 has been posted to the debit side of creditors account. Okay, carefully observe. A purchase of 6,710 has been posted to debit of creditors account wrongly. So, amount involved is how much? 6,710, but what amount they have debited? Creditors account has been 6,170. So, creditors suspense account data. Carefully observe, a purchase of 6,710 has been posted to debit of creditors account. Purchase account debit பண்றதுக்கு பதிலா என்ன பண்ணிட்டாங்க? Purchase account debit பண்றதுக்கு பதிலா என்ன பண்ணிட்டாங்க? Creditors debit பண்ணிட்டாங்க. So creditors debit பண்றதுக்கு நம்ம creditors credit பண்ணணும். The purchase of 6,000 has been posted. Okay, it's only the party account, not purchase account. So purchase account has gone correctly. Carefully observe the question. The purchase of 6,710 has been posted to debit of creditors account. Normally purchase na credit of account. Purchase account data to creditor தான் வரும். அவன் என்ன பண்ணா debit பண்ணிட்டான். So எவ்வளவு debit பண்ணிருக்கான்? 6,710 அதுக்கு பதிலா என்ன பண்ணிருக்கான்? So இப்ப double effect கொடுக்கணும். So suspense account data add பண்ணணும் என்ன வருது? 12,000. I'll repeat the entry. A purchase has gone to purchase account correctly, but instead of crediting creditors, they have debited creditors. So அந்த டெபிட்டை நலிஃபை பண்றதுக்கு நீங்க கிரெடிட்டார்ஸை கிரெடிட் பண்ணணும், ஒரிஜினல் கிரெடிட்க்கும் கிரெடிட்டார்ஸை கிரெடிட் பண்ணணும். ஸோ ரெண்டுத்தையும் ஆட் பண்ணி போட்டா 12,880. ஸோ இட்ஸ் a single sided error. It has hit only creditors account. So suspense account data to creditors account. Very interesting entry. Hope you understood this. Purchase account has gone correctly. When you purchase to creditors போறதுக்கு பதிலா creditors account credit பண்றதுக்கு பதிலா debit பண்ணிட்டோம். So அந்த debit wrong debit should be nullified by crediting. Not only that, he has done for a wrong amount. So ரெண்டுத்தையும் ஆட் பண்ணி நம்ம போட்டாதான் கரெக்டா வரும். So இந்த 12,880 போடும்போது wrong debit will be nullified and original credit will come. Correct? All of you understood? Online students, any doubt?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Great. Now comes the important second part of the question. The question says, find out the difference in trial balance. What is the difference in trial balance? Nothing but the sum total of suspense account. இப்போ நம்ம போட்ட என்ட்ரியில மொத்த சஸ்பென்ஸ் அக்கௌண்ட் டோட்டல் ஆட் பண்ணுவோம். டெபிட் வருதா கிரெடிட் வருதா சொல்லுங்க. சஸ்பென்ஸ் அக்கௌண்ட் இப்போ நம்ம போட்ட என்ட்ரியில ஐடென்டிஃபை whether you are getting a total net debit or credit in suspense account. Actually ரெண்டு விதமா போடலாம் அது. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நான் ஈஸி மெத்தட் சொல்றேன். ஐடென்டிஃபை தி டெபிட் ஆர் கிரெடிட். நெட் எவ்வளவு வருது? கிரெடிட் இல்லையா? பை பேலன்ஸ் இதுதான் நெட் பேலன்ஸ். இப்போ ட்ரையல் போடும்போது this should have been the suspense account difference total. இப்போ நான் கொடுத்த என்ட்ரிஸ் எல்லாம் இருக்கு இல்லையா, சஸ்பென்ஸ் அக்கௌண்ட் போஸ்ட் பண்ணணும். போஸ்ட் பண்ணா பேலன்ஸ் ஆயிடும். Are you able to understand? See, the question is the last part of the question says identify the difference in trial balance. They have not given us. We have identified it by preparing entries, and in entries whatever we have routed through suspense account, that is the difference. So the net difference is 27,880. It's a reverse working. இப்போ நீங்க டெபிட் கிரெடிட் போட்டீங்கன்னா பேலன்ஸ் ஆயிடும். அக்கௌண்ட் போடும்போது போஸ்ட் ஆல் த டிரான்சாக்ஷன்ஸ். Online students are able to match the suspense account? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
What happened? It's a long silence.
No, actually, in the middle, we were not able to hear you.
Yeah. In between, I just didn't hook up my audio. Now one
Okay.
hooked up in audio. So you are able to match the suspense account?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Hope you understood it. Okay. I'll give another similar problem. Take it down as a homework. The books of A. Vikram did not match. Did not match. And the accountant put the difference in suspense account. The accountant put the difference in suspense account. Rectify the following errors. Rectify the following errors and prepare suspense account. And prepare suspense account. One, the total of return outward. The total of return outward book of rupees 210 has not been posted in the ledger. Has not been posted in the ledger. Secondly, a purchase of rupees 400 from Saran. A purchase of rupees 400 from Saran has been entered in the sales book. A purchase of rupees 400 from Saran has been entered in sales book. However, Saran's account has been correctly credited. Saran's account has been correctly credited. Next, a sale of rupees 430 to Ramkant has been credited in his account. I'll repeat. The sales of rupees 430 to Ramkant has been credited to his account as rupees 340. Has been credited to his account as rupees 340. Next, a sale of rupees 296 to Krishnan a sale of rupees 296 to Krishnan has been entered in sales book as 269. Has been entered in sales book as rupees 269. Next, old furniture sold for rupees 540. Old furniture sold for rupees 540 has been entered in sales account as 450. Old furniture sold for 540 has been entered in sales account as 450. So, very interesting. You have to carefully observe the effect of the error. Normally, நான் என்ன சொல்வேன்னா 2-3 ஸ்டெப்பா பண்ணலாம். What is the error? What is the correct entry? Then you can identify the rectification. Or what should be the correct entry? What is the error? What should be the rectification? அது மாதிரி நீங்க போடலாம். இல்லை நீங்க கொஸ்டின் அப்சர்வ் பண்ணும்போது எங்க டெபிட் கிரெடிட் எங்க மிஸ்டேக் இருக்குன்னு பார்த்து போடலாம். By practice, you will be able to do it. Next, goods taken by the proprietor rupees 100 have not been entered in the books at all. Goods taken by the proprietor, rupees 100, have not been entered in the books at all. Okay. So try this as a homework, and once you're done with the homework, you send it to me. I'll now take you through some MCQs. Okay. Before we do more problems, that in the next class I'll do 1 or 2 problems before we close the topic. So I want you to do one homework problem. Next class we'll do 1 or 2 problems. Then we'll move to BRS. But just to familiarize, I'll now ask you some MCQs. Third. Third is a sale of 430 to Ramkant has been credited in his account as 340. Okay. Now, few questions I'll ask you, MCQ, and we'll do a couple of more problems in the next class. Okay. So that நீங்களும் வீட்ல கொஞ்சம் protein வாங்கோ, practice ஆகும். An item of rupees 72. You can note it down, or you can just hear me and answer whichever way. So just 2 line only, 1 line only. An item of rupees 72 has been debited to personal account as rupees 27. It is an error of dash.
Commission, sir.
Option A, commission. Option B, omission. Option C, principal. Option D, none of the above. Sorry.
Commission.
So
Commissions.
commission. Yeah, both of you are right. Good. So enama the error of omission, commission, principal. An amount of 72 has been debited wrongly as 27. It's a wrong. Total நம்ம போடும்போதோ இல்ல ஒரு ஃபிகர் போடும்போதோ ராங்கா எழுதிட்டோம்னா அதுக்கு பேர் என்ன? எரர் ஆஃப் ஒமிஷனா, கமிஷனா, பிரின்சிபலா? எரர் ஆஃப் கமிஷன். See, mistakes like writing a wrong number, totaling errors, carry over errors, இது எல்லாமே என்ன? எரர் ஆஃப் கமிஷன். ஒமிஷன்ங்கிறது கம்ப்ளீட்டா நம்ம ஒமிட் பண்றது. பிரின்சிபல்ங்கிறது நான் சொன்ன ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க. எரர் ஆஃப் பிரின்சிபல் எப்போ வரும்னா அந்த கேபிட்டல் எக்ஸ்பெண்டிச்சர் அண்ட் ரெவன்யூ எக்ஸ்பெண்டிச்சர் டிஃபரன்ஸ்ல தப்பு பண்ணோம்னா அதை ரெக்டிஃபை பண்றது தான் எரர் ஆஃப் பிரின்சிபல். Otherwise, error of principle will not come. So, you should always remember this. Error of omission will come only when either a partial omission or complete omission. Error of principle will only come when there is a wrong distinction between capital and revenue. Whereas error of commission is very common. All types of errors broadly, mainly comes under error of commission. Carrying over error, totaling error, posting error, blah, blah, blah. Everything comes under error of commission. Sale of rupees 336. Sale of rupees 336 posted to his account as rupees 363 will affect A, sales account, B, Ram's account, C, cash account, D, all accounts. So what is the answer?
So can you repeat the question? The sale of rupees?
A sale of rupees 336 to Ram was posted to his account as 363 and it will affect A, sales account, B, Ram's account, C, cash account, D, all accounts.
Ram's account, sir.
That's the right answer. Good. Because if you read the question carefully,
It was posted to his account.
His account. So sales account has gone correctly, but his account has gone wrongly. So the effect has gone to whose account? Ram's account. Understood? It's a one-sided error or two-sided error?
One-sided.
Error. Very good. One-sided error. Perfect. Answer this question. Purchase of office furniture for rupees 20,000 has been debited to purchase account. Purchase of office furniture of rupees 20,000 has been debited to purchase account. So what is the nature of error?
Error of principal?
Okay, fine. Let us hear from others. Is it error of omission or commission or principal or anything else? Error of principal, sure. All of you. Srinidhi,
Error of principle, sir.
so all of you are confirming it's error of principal? Yeah, that's the right answer. Very good. So it's a very simple one. As we discussed, it is about wrong classification between capital and revenue. So automatically it's an error of principal. Understood? Rent paid to landlord amounting to 500. Rent paid to landlord amounting to rupees 500 was credited to rent account with rupees 5,000. In rectifying the entry, rent account will be debited with dash. You want the answer options?
Yes, sir.
Answer options A, 5,000. Option B, 500. Option C, 5,500. Option D, 4,500.
$4,500, sir.
Sure.
I'm not sure.
Check it
But
out.
I
And
go with, yeah.
Yeah.
rent paid to landlord. Rent paid to landlord of 500 was credited to rent account as 5,000. And the rectifying entry will be what? 5,000. Sure. Rent paid to landlord na normal entry. Okay, cash pay பண்ணிருக்கோம்னு வச்சுப்போம். Cash or landlord, whatever it is. Rent paid to landlord எவ்வளவு? 500. அவன் என்ன சொல்றான்? Was credited to rent accountங்கறான். Rent account debit 500 ஆச்சுல rent account தப்பா credit பண்ணிட்டான். எவ்வளவு அதுவும்? Double
5,000.
Rent account, you should debit 500, instead is credited 5,000. So you should nullify that 5,000 by debiting 5,000 and original debit of 500. So rent account should be debited with
5,500.
5,500. So rent account should be debited with 5,500 pesos. So you have to, as I told, first of all, write down what is the error. Then what should be the correct entry. Then you should go for rectification whenever you are in doubt. So here, the error is rent account instead of being debited. It's an error. Rent account is credited with 5,000. What should be correct entry? Rent account should be debited by. So in the debit or in the credit nullify pannona, rectification is rent account will be debited by 5,500. So this is how you should proceed when you are in doubt. So don't இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ட்ரிக்கியா கேட்கும்போது நீங்க எதுக்கு ரைட் என்ட்ரி எது ராங் என்ட்ரி என்ன எஃபெக்ட் ஆயிருக்குன்னு பார்த்துட்டு தான் நீங்க ரெக்டிஃபை பண்ணணும். ஸோ இது வந்து எப்படி நான் ரொம்ப சிம்பிள். ஒரு ராங் டெபிட்டை கிரெடிட் பண்ணா நல்லிஃபை ஆகும். ஒரு ராங் கிரெடிட்டை டெபிட் பண்ணா நல்லிஃபை ஆகும். தட் இஸ் வாட் இஸ் ரெக்டிஃபிகேஷன். ஸோ ஹியர் தேர் இஸ் அ ராங் credit which should be nullified by a debit, and original debit should also come. So 5,500. Understood or no? I think we
Yes,
made a
sir.
good start. Good, clear, excellent. So hope you are all now reasonably strong in rectification of errors compared to what you were in school days. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So school days you would have learned it in a different way, or maybe you are too young to understand, but now I hope you are in a better level to understand things. Hope you got it right. So we have gone through very nicely on the technical part of rectification, which is one of the best learning for all of us. In the sense, this is how it has to be understood. ஜென்ரலாக நம்ம பாட்டுக்கு ஏதோ கண்ணை மூடி என்ட்ரி எல்லாம் போட முடியாது. ஸோ ரொம்ப கேர்ஃபுல்லாக போட்டால் பக்காவாக பண்ணிடலாம். கண்டிப்பாக எக்ஸாமில் வரும். யூல் கெட் a question on rectification. Okay, it could be a weightage of 8 to 10 marks. So easy topic to score. But you have to be very clear. So next class I'll do a couple of more problems, and then we'll move on to the next topic on BRS. Okay, clear? So at home, I would recommend all of you to work out some additional problems and get back to me if you got any doubts. So the homework problem what I gave, please do that at home and send me the answer by WhatsApp. And tomorrow there is a small change. I just now got a call from the faculty that she's not well for tomorrow morning class. So today, you know, there is a lot of health issues around us, so we need to be very, very careful. So I said, okay, no problem, better not to. So she had some fever, or she's got some fever. So I said, better to take care. So நாளைக்கு morning class கிடையாது உங்களுக்கு. Evening 4 to 6. நாளைக்கு evening 4 to 6 you will have max and stats. So max faculty will be coming here. So direct batch students, please drop here, come out here 4 o'clock. Online students, I'll send you the link. You can join the class at 4 o'clock. So 4 to 6, keep yourself free. Max and stats first session tomorrow. Mr. Balasubramaniam, professor, is a faculty for you, and he will come tomorrow. I'll probably be here to introduce him. If not, also he will come and start the class. I'll try to come at the end, either at the beginning or at the end. So kindly attend the class tomorrow. Okay. So thank you for joining in today. Great day. Have a great day ahead. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.